Okay, it's time to highlight the latest releases of what's coming out in gaming for this week. And for fellow gamers who perhaps already have such a huge back catalog of games that they need to catch up with, I'm telling you, every week there's something coming out. So let's update your back catalog, because I know, God forbid, I have so many games, so little time, and believe me, I try to catch up. But let's get to it. Starting off with perhaps one of the most highly anticipated and highly just long-awaited game of this year, Doom: The Dark Ages. I mean, if you've seen some of the footage for this game, it's absolutely just epic. That's perhaps the best way I can describe it. I've played Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, so this is going to be definitely on my wish list. I have a few games I need to finish, but I'll jump into this very soon. And this one actually is a prequel. It's set in the past. It trades the neon hellscapes for medieval rot, and it's a brutal prequel that explores the origin of the Slayer's unrelenting rage. So forget the space stations. This time you're battling the forces of hell across scorched battlefields, fortress ruins, and otherworldly arenas with swords and shields as deadly as your shotgun and plasma rifles. And the twist, it's not a tech-fueled rampage, but a savage, grounded war in a cursed kingdom, all rendered with the series' signature intensity, gore, and graphic combat. Of course, there's going to be new weapons like the shield saw that adds a strategic edge to the carnage. I had a friend of mine who has been playing it for the past week telling me, yo, you're going to have to get ready to learn how to parry, because there's a lot of it in this game. There's, of course, a legacy favorite that return, but with a refreshed flair. It's a story about becoming a symbol of fear, the thing that the demons themselves, eventually become afraid of. The Slayer that they have to basically put into dormancy that we get to see in the previous games. And so definitely, if you are someone who just has a huge fan of just shooter games, and a huge fan of Doom, this is everything just bumped into 11. Brutality, the gore, the graphics, it's Doom, guys. So if you guys are interested, it's available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and it's for free on Game Pass day one. So if you have Game Pass, you can download it. That's how I'm going to do it. So yeah, check it out. Then we have our next game. This is called The Precinct. And this one lets you live out your retro cop movie fantasy with a modern sandbox twist. You play as a rookie officer named Nick Cordell Jr., trying to make sense of both the law and your father's unsolved murder. And it's set in a rain-slicked, neon-lit city straight out of the 80s crime thriller. And the game merges methodical policing with emergent chaos. And there's even procedurally generated crimes ranging from petty theft to full-blown heists. And so it gives this city that you're in very this feeling of being very lived in, with unpredictable outcomes as well. So one moment you're busting a drug ring, and the next you're in a high-speed pursuit with backup rolling in. It's part police simulator, part crime action RPG, all wrapped around a really slick noir aesthetic. So if you're down for it, definitely check it out. It's available now on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's called The Precinct. And finally, I always like to put a little indie game that came out this week. And this one I've had my eyes on for almost 2 years. I follow this developer on Twitter, and I've been looking for, just been waiting on the updates. And I'm so glad it's finally out. I want to play this very soon. This is called Labyrinth of the Demon King. It's equal parts dread and equal parts decay. It's got a very grimy, deeply atmospheric throwback to the PS1 era horror RPGs, which is what really reeled me in. When I saw the gameplay footage for this, I'm like, yep. I mean, I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, so this one was gonna be a definite wish list for me. So you're dropped into basically the setup is you're dropped into a mythic feudal Japan setting, and you're facing against things like the yokai, which are these monsters, grotesque monsters that would feel right at home in a fever dream, inspired by things like Kingsfield and Silent Hill. It's slow, it's clunky in terms of its gameplay, but it's deliberate because it's going for something that's very I would say very tense and slow in a way. The combat is very crude as well, but it's also strategic. You know, kicking enemies into walls, scrambling for a better blade, hoping your moldy bandages don't infect you. There's no fast travel, and of course, it doesn't really hold your hand. It's all just pure survival. And what makes it really special also, it isn't just the jump scares. It definitely isn't really trying to go for that, but it's got this very, like I said, it's got this very suffocating kind of design to it, you know, from the gameplay to the decayed visuals, the unshakable feeling that something is always watching you. So for fans of retro survival horror games who wants something that's a little bit more obscure, something a little bit more cursed and surreal, then definitely check out Labyrinth of the Demon King. It's available now on PC as well as PlayStation and Xbox and even Nintendo Switch. I always advocate for indie games. I'm telling you, sometimes they have ideas or they have things that they execute on that are even better than AAA games. So take it from me. And those are pretty much the latest releases of video games for this week. If I missed out on anything that has perhaps also come out, believe me, there's always so much stuff coming out. So many games, so little time. Even for me, I feel like I'm playing catch up at this point. But if I missed out on anything, let me know. Share your thoughts and opinion right here on the Evening Buzz. And that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. And you can always tune into the next episode of the Evening Buzz every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, keeping you guys busy and entertained from 8 till 9 p.m. right here on Pulse 95. This is Mikail Atiyeh signing out. Have a good one.